Hey everybody, welcome to the Adventure Archive. We are playing Cairn, 2nd edition. We are also playing The Trouble in Twin Lakes. That's the adventure. It comes with the Mighty box set that I backed, and it's pretty damn cool. We also have the creator himself, Mr. Yohai, here in the chat, so no pressure on me. He corrected me last week when I didn't know what the hell a Reeve was. Joey did, but my old-timey vocabulary sucks, so thank you for the correction. I'm sure there will be many other times to correct me as well. But before we begin, got to thank some people. Of course, Yohai for the awesome game. And he also wrote this adventure, by the way. So apologies if I flubbed some stuff up in that as well. The tunes you're listening to, though, I have it up this time. I'm ready. The link is down in the description. It is titled The Druid's Apprentices, and it is by Withmar, published by Heimat der Katastrophe. They let us use all their tunes for our role-playing, so go check them out. They got a massive discography of dungeon synth, and it's some pretty unique stuff. I pretty much use them on all the games. So that said, brief recap. You guys were contracted by a priest to go investigate a missing man named Aldra, and you were told to go to this area called Twin Lakes, to a town of Isthmus, and there you would find a woman named Flavie, who's Aldra's wife. and he thinks she may have some more information. And indeed she did, because you guys talked to her and went up to the room, found a ledger with some strangely scrawled notes that documented Aldra's his view from the window above his desk, or the windows, down to a trapdoor behind the inn called the Stuffed Inn, where you guys are now surrounded. So you guys learned some things, like there's a farmer named Fasha who is not on a Flavia was not a fan, let's say, but you also did get to meet Reeve Trellis, the official in the town who's kind of, keeping things cool. And that was during the time when Rune's, I forgot, did you name your cat Rune? Your little ethereal cat?
Milky, right?
Milky! You sent Milky into the Stuffed Inn to investigate. But during that excursion, the Reeve exited the building with a pipe in hand and saw at least Erasmus hanging out. You guys struck up a conversation, and I can't remember, did he ask you to come into the inn? I think it might have been Drum. There's a young boy who was carrying supplies into the inn that bumped into Sparrow, and he was very eager to earn some coin, because his dream is to go to the cities to find a new life, and he knew you were from there, so he was quite interested. And I think that's pretty much it. I guess in the basement, I forgot to mention that, you found that the cellar door was chained from the inside. There were some crates in there, there was a workbench, but that's pretty much all you discovered. And the room you entered in, or that Milky entered in, was empty, unoccupied. So that's where we're going to begin. Maybe Sparrow, you can remind me. Were you following Drum into the inn? And same thing with Erasmus. Were you? I forget how we. I probably should have watched the end of last episode.
So
Sparrow was off. I know you did.
Sparrow was offered some interesting sounding tea for 15 gold pieces.
Oh, that's right.
I was smoking a pipe with Trellis, and he offered me a drink and to come inside of the inn.
Okay, so while that's going on, Ash, you're observing this from a distance. You see Reeve right around. Let me minimize my window. Over here. My clicker's not working. There we go. And then I guess you can't see Sparrow. Sparrow's on the other side, but Rune's over here, I guess, hunkering down in the shade of this tree. And yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I think that I was walking with Drew, and I told him that I think we had decided to, he was going to go inside the inn, and I was going to kind of split with him and come over and see Erasmus, who's sitting under the tree. Who's under the tree? I forget.
Rune is over there.
Rune.
So Erasmus
I was going to walk over to see Rune,
Okay.
and that I would meet up with Drew later, because he also it wasn't not Rune.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, T. Wait, I don't know. I was like, oh,
yeah,
the info. He's got some info for you. Allegedly.
Yes. Okay.
15 gold. Yeah.
And so yes, I believe I told him that I would meet up with him later because I was interested in hearing what he had to say, possibly having some tea as well.
Okay, so what about, I guess, Rune and Ash? What are you doing as you see, and presumably Erasmus? Are you just following Reeve as he circles around the inn to get to the entrance, or? Erasmus.
I was on mute and I blanked out. What'd you just say?
I said, are you just following the Reeve Trellis guy into the inn? Okay. All right, so they're circling around. Rune and Ash are observing this. Are you guys kind of hanging out to see what's gonna happen next, or are you guys gonna follow them and see what's going on?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I guess if I'm done kind of scrying through my cat, I'll follow them.
Okay. So are you going to, and then Sparrow too, are you gonna wait for maybe Reeve, or not Reeve, the Reeve, Erasmus to circle around, or just head on in?
No, I think that if she is, she'd walk over to see Rune, and I don't think she'd go in by herself. So I
Okay.
think she'd probably wait
Okay.
for at least one other person to go inside with her.
Okay. You hear the crunching of footfalls on the dirt path, kind of coming around the side, and you see a man, a very a ruggedly handsome man, who is kind of throwing his arms about in an animated fashion, and behind him is Erasmus, your companion. And he spots you standing there near the front. Or I guess actually you said you went over to Rune.
Yeah.
So you're going to be.
And so maybe if I
kinda
see him, I
off.
kind of give him a little
Okay.
in case he didn't see us, just like, hey, to Erasmus, not
To
the guy.
Erasmus. Okay. Yeah. Erasmus, you see this. Trellis doesn't seem to really pay attention. He seems to be just rambling on about something to Erasmus and preoccupied.
Do we know that that Rune had sent Milky into the inn?
I don't remember if you mentioned that, Rune. Did you tell them?
Yeah, I feel like I would have told them.
Okay.
So I might ask then how that went. Did Milky see anything? Was anything of interest?
It seemed pretty safe, but there was some large chains around the cellar door from the inside.
There was also a lock on the outside of the cellar door, right? We had examined it.
Yeah, it was chained. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you weren't sure. I guess Rune wasn't sure. Like, is this a false lock? Is it a double lock? What is going on here? Because there's a chain, chaining across the trapdoor on the outside, but then also like another one that's attached to the inside, kind of going down into the earth, anchored there. That's what Milky saw.
So yeah, as the type of character that Sparrow is, because she's a cut purse, she might actually ask that. Could it have been a false lock on the outside, something to trap somebody, or to fool somebody into thinking? The chains on the inside, though, that's interesting. I wonder if there is something being kept downstairs away from the town, or if it's just to keep others out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But Milky didn't see anything aside from the chains down there.
Yeah, you saw a crowded dank space. It was full of crates, and then also there was a workbench, and then of course the trapdoor.
Would be interested in seeing the inside of there if we get the opportunity. We should
Just as a
probably
reminder, there was an office on the inside, and then she explored further, and then to the cellar, and then that's where she saw this.
How there's a trapdoor in the office that kind of goes down into the basement of the cellar.
And this is the very trapdoor that forgetting his name, who we're looking for. Aldra was looking. His wife said it was that he was transfixed upon from his office window. Again, very interesting. Have we rented rooms at this inn yet?
You have.
I know that we had talked about doing that.
Yeah, you arrived here in Isthmus town, and but haven't, it's still morning-ish, let's say. But you have not procured any rooms for the night yet.
Perhaps we should gather the others and see about ensuring that we have rooms for the night.
I think that's a lovely idea.
Okay, before I get back to Erasmus, Ash, what are you up to? You're kind of back near the road that's leading toward the butcher shop.
Yeah, so Ash was actually distracted by the prism that he has.
Oh, right, right. I forgot that part.
So he was kind of partially following Erasmus, but kind of lost sight of him. Last he saw, he was kind of around at this corner, and he's gonna kind of stop there because I don't think I'm not sure if he'd be within line of sight.
Yeah, I mean, you could track them if you want. Like, they're kind of, moseying their way there. So you would have had some time. But let me remind the viewers as well, I forgot about the prism you have. So you did have a vision. You saw something in it, and it was a strange kind of amphibious-looking face, but it was obscured by shadows in a dark forest, and it looked directly at you before disappearing into the darkness.
Right, and it startled him as well. And he's a big guy, so it takes a bit to startle Ash.
Howard Stern height. 6'4" with a rat face. Okay, all right. So you're gonna kind of follow them around.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Okay, so then I guess the first people to enter the inn is Erasmus and Trellis. So you guys enter, and what you see, Erasmus, is a relatively small, humble abode, and there's only 3 tables, and there's a bar as well. And on the south end of the building, there is a single staircase leading up to rooms on the 2nd floor. And you see what looks to be another door at the back near the bar. Nobody else is in here, just you two.
One of the first things Erasmus does is he goes to one of the 3 tables in particular, and he's kind of looking at it, scanning the top of it. And he's looking for like a carving of some kind.
A carving?
Yeah.
Enlighten me. What are you looking for?
Does the Reeve ask me what I'm looking for?
Oh, you want to be obvious about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like he's very he's just really obvious.
So let's just say he's talking, he notices you're not responding anymore, and he kind of stops short. Can I help you, friend? What is it you're looking for?
Well, I used to take, dates here sometimes, and just looking for old names. That's all.
Oh, I like this. A little bit of backstory. Okay.
But he definitely is also, he eyes that back door of it's behind like a bar or something.
Yeah.
Yep, back door behind bar. One thing I'm going to also look at is how well stocked does this place look?
Decently so. I mean, you can tell there's probably not a lot of traffic that comes through here often. It almost appears to be, a few travelers that are coming here, but then often a lot of people, just enough to kind of supply the town with food and drink.
Okay.
From what you can see, again, it's just the bar and
how
the kitchen or anything.
What's the cleanliness level of this room that I'm
Not
in? Does it
bad.
look-
It's actually pretty clean for being so far out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe the lack of traffic is what makes it easier to keep up.
Okay. So this is just in Erasmus's head. Like he talks to himself in his head all the time. Probably, I assume. He's just like, they're keeping up appearances, even though they're kind of suspicious. It's pretty smart. It's pretty smart. And so how about that drink?
Oh, yeah, of course. Give me a moment. Drum! And he yells the back, and a young guy kind of scrabbles out into and they start talking to each other. So we'll pause there and move on to the rest of you guys. So Sparrow, Ash, and Rune, are you guys, now that everybody else is inside the inn, are you heading in, or are you doing something else?
I think that I think that's what Sparrow would want to do.
Okay.
As long as and she'd want to go in with the other two as well, if that's what they were interested in doing.
Yeah. All right. So you guys go in. Like I said, you see a very smallish inn where there's 3 tables only. Erasmus, your companion, is studying the top of one, and then there's a stairwell or staircase leading up to the second level where you see some rooms. And then there's also a door. And Rune, you recognize this door. It leads to the office. So this is where Milky passed through to find the office.
Okay.
I think that upon entering really quick, she would catch Drim's eye and just kind of like nod at him and like a little smile. And see how he reacts.
Okay. He's preoccupied getting it looks like he's getting a drink ready. And then but then like he winks back at you. Okay, so he comes over and he actually has multiple drinks. And you see kind of behind the bar, you see the man that Erasmus went in with. But there's like a harsh light. He's kind of backlit. There's like a lamp on, and he's standing there with his arms crossed. But you can't really read his expression because he's kind of his facade is in shadow to a degree. But he appears to be observing all of you guys.
Is his face feel familiar to me?
No, not to you.
Okay.
Yeah, you've never seen him before. So he's standing there, kind of, let's just say he's, I don't want to say taken aback, but almost like he having more people come in after Erasmus is somewhat unexpected for him. He's taken off. He seems like he's taken aback a little bit, but he quickly composes himself, rubbing his hands together. Welcome. Early drinkers. I didn't realize there were so many so soon. Drum, get more drinks. And he's like, I'm already on it. And he starts bringing things over to you guys. Are you guys kind of centering around the same table that Erasmus is at? Okay.
Yeah, I think we'd approach the same table, and yeah, I think Sparrow would say, Erasmus, how's everything going? It is quite an interesting table that we have. Catching him like continuing to like look at it carefully.
No, it's fine. You know, I met this fellow here. He offered me a drink. We're smoking.
Wow, so quickly. Well, would you introduce us then? I'd like to meet your friend.
Yeah, sure. Trellis, was it?
Yes. Oh. And you can see him. He's kind of he's polishing a tankard that you didn't see him have. It seems like he was keeping himself busy, waiting impatiently to be introduced. Yes. I'm so appalled. So many visitors so early in the day. What brings you to this small town? My quaint establishment. It's a mess. It's a mess. Apologies. It's just drumming myself here. It's a lot of work to keep up, but we do our best. How may I be of service?
Oh well, like I told you before, I kind of grew up here. I was taken in by that blacksmith when I was just this really wild child. He found me. These are just some friends that I've made along the way, and I just figured I'd show them, back home. And this is where this is. This is back home.
Oh, okay. So it's a walk down memory lane, you might say, something like that. Well, that's
yeah, something like that. That's why I was looking for my initials here with the sweetheart at the time. Now, real quick question, Jason: is there anything equivalent of because I'm obviously lying right now. I don't want to tell this person too much about our business. Is there something like that in this? Do I need to make a lie check?
Are you trying to
like
deceive? No, he doesn't seem to be he has no reason to disbelieve you right now.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, I am.
It's within reason that if you're from here, that these tables are clearly old and weathered. They've been here a long time.
Yeah.
The odds are of somebody carving a sweetheart's name into this thing probably highly likely. So he's not.
Some of my dartboard scores are carved in here too.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily trying to lie, but I'm not telling him the whole truth of why we're here.
Are you trying to get him to ask about the name you're looking for?
No.
You're just trying to. Okay. Yeah. No.
That's just fluff.
He's not in a. He's not in a. Yeah, I wouldn't require a roll unless there's something at stake, right? If you're trying to lie for a certain reason, and if there's consequences to that. But you just kind of saying, "Oh, I was from here," and maybe my sweetheart's name is carved on the table. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna require a roll at all.
And then I lean in kind of close to everybody at the table, and I'm like, this guy, he's really weird.
He's within earshot, so he's standing with right next to you guys at the table.
Oh, I thought he was behind the bar cleaning
here.
up.
No. He came over when you introduced him. Yeah.
Sparrow's eyes get really big,
Yeah, Drum. He actually, he brought the drinks over. He went back behind the bar, but he's he's trying to keep himself busy. But he's also has one eye on you guys because you're very interesting to him. Apparently.
Well, then I'll take my drink and sip it.
Okay. Rooms, perhaps? Are you here for more than today? I hope we have such a beautiful town and great meat at the butcher. I'm sure you've been up that way, or can at least smell it.
Yes, we are. We would like to stay for a few days.
Oh,
we're road weary and are interested in getting some rooms here at your very nice tavern.
Well, that is very kind of you. I can tell you're not from around here, anywhere close. Are you from the cities?
I am. Yes, that's a good eye.
Wow. I just well, let's just say we don't get many visitors from the cities out here.
Well, it's a shame. I think that a lot of those from the cities would actually quite enjoy some of this fresh air and rustic living that you seem to enjoy out here. They're missing out, clearly.
Well, just don't give the secret out willy-nilly, if you know what I'm saying.
I would never.
Oh, I thank you. So just so you know, every night the room is 10 gold. But I'll tell you what, because I like you. You guys seem like friendly folk. How about 8? Don't tell anybody. This is a friendly discount.
So, out of character, real quick, I have 8 gold. That's it. How's everybody else looking as far as gold goes?
In character, 8 gold is all I got. Is there something around here for work? Like, I mean, we do plan on being here, for a couple days, but that seems kind of high.
Are you saying this aloud to?
Yeah, I'm in character.
Okay. What about the other two? How much gold does Rune and Ash have?
I have 26.
Holy shit.
Wow, look
I
at
have
that.
9.
That's a hell of a roll. Okay, so you're more in the neighborhood. So is Rune and Ash, were you kind of keeping out of this little
Well,
revelation?
before Rune could say how much she had or if she was willing to help everyone out. Oh God, what's his name?
Erasmus.
Already kind of balked at the price, so we'll see what this guy says.
So you're gonna try to bargain with him, huh? Or are you gonna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too high. I mean, I already gave you a discount, friend. I mean, what more would you like? I mean, is there a trade situation you're looking for, or just to bring the price down a little bit?
Could we maybe do 6 gold pieces just for tonight, so that way I can at least find a way to make a little more coin. I'm a little light these days.
Okay, why don't you give me a will roll then? We'll do a roll.
I will.
To see if you are convincing enough to drop the price even further. So that's an 11. You failed! What is your will anyway?
What? 10.
10. Ooh, that was so close.
It was so close.
He has his friendly kind of demeanor. He gets a little more stern. I'm sorry, friend. 8 gold is the best I can do. He seemed a little offended. Anyway, work to do. Just talk to Drum if you would like to have a room. It's a shared room, by the way. Large enough for all 4 of you, though. And he kind of walks away.
Well, now he tells us it's shared. I thought it was 8 gold pieces per person. See, I knew that was high.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he didn't, you're right, he didn't say that.
This guy's customer service, it's awful.
Seems like a pleasant fellow to me. You met outside. Did he have anything interesting to say?
I think we just smoked. For the most part. And then we kind of tra-la-la the way around, came in here. And what's the younger man's name? Drum?
Drum.
Who served us our drinks?
Yeah. DRUM.
Oh.
Speaking of which, he, unless there's some other conversations or things you'd like to say while you guys are more or less have some privacy, he's gonna kind of make his way around, cleaning the tables, getting closer. You can tell what he's up to. He's even more interested to see other individuals who look out of place. So is there anything else you guys would like to chat before he makes his way over? Chat about?
Looking at the room, I'd look over at Rune and say, where did you see the entrance to the cellar from in here? Or where did Milky see?
Well, you know that door we passed by, coming in here? That's the office. The cellar door is in the office.
Interesting. Okay, she kind of like notes that. Maybe like her eyes flick to that door and then back.
And maybe you see Milky walking out of that door just for a second.
I forgot how we determined the... Because you wanted her to be somewhat ethereal, right? Not completely invisible. but it's like kind of sort of.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could always do like a fate die situation, like a die of fate, like we did last time, where
I kind of
every
like the
time
idea of
you can
her
roll.
being visible to people that like know her name or something.
Okay. So pretty much invisible unless somebody overhears her name.
Yeah.
Okay. So more, yeah, okay. So then, for all intents and purposes, invisible for the most part. Just don't go speaking her name too loudly, I guess.
And there's a book I just read that actually reminded me a little bit of that of Milky, where like it was an interesting take on spirits and ghosts, where people couldn't see them unless the person who knew that they were there described them to the person, and then suddenly they were able to see them.
Oh.
And that kind of reminded me of our conversation about Milky and how people could, how they were visible to most people, unless Rune maybe was like, Milky, look, see the pale cat right there, and suddenly you were able to see her.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so drum, unless anybody else, Erasmus, Ash, as he's cleaning the tables, he's leaning over to looking at you guys, trying to play it cool, but clearly he's pretty obvious with it. Finally, he makes his way over, and he kind of sidles up next to you, Sparrow. You didn't tell me you had so many friends. All from the city, I can tell. Did you
Absolutely.
Did you tell him about earlier?
I didn't get the chance, but allow me to introduce you, Drum.
Oh, hello everybody.
And
I just work here while the old slave driver, I do all of the work around here. But I guess Sparrow didn't mention, but
I just hadn't had the chance yet.
Oh.
I was going to.
Sorry. Oh, he's looking. Shh. All right, yeah, everything over. Oh, it's all right over here. And then Trellis kind of goes about his duties, and he disappears into the back office. So, you mind if I say?
Do you want to have a seat? Is that are you able to?
Yeah. I can't be caught sitting down or anything like that, But I can stand. I'm okay. So someone like myself, I'm so incredibly envious of you. From the city, the sights, the sounds, the smells, the experiences. I want nothing more than to get the hell out of here, if you know what I mean. So I've been saving up every coin for a long time, and I'm so close, I think. Well, I guess Sparrow didn't tell you, but I have a bit of information that might be interesting if you're willing to part with some coin, help fund my move to where you already are, and no pressure at all. Just
She'll look around at the rest of the group, and Sparrow will say, "Yes, he told me that he had some interesting things to say, but I understand the want to maybe change your view every now and then, and I also think that on top of maybe this is the start of a friendship where once you reach the cities, it's nice to already know people. You don't want to be a complete stranger for your first time."
Exactly. Hang on, I'll be right back. Hold that thought. And he goes and kind of runs off behind the bar. Looks like he's tending to some other duties.
So I'm not exactly sure what this is relating to, but if it's any information about our business, I think it might be worthwhile to listen.
Yeah, perhaps. So he's a very eager young man.
Yes, what a strange kid.
If we keep getting extorted for information, we're not going to have enough gold for room.
Perhaps we offer the gold after we hear what he has to say.
Did he give any hint as to what the information might be?
He said that it was potentially dangerous, which the word he used was strange. I can't imagine what else that he would be referring to. Nothing here seems that strange or dangerous. So.
And did he mention the price?
He gave me the price of 15 gold pieces, which it's very interesting. It's a little bit. I've paid much less for very good information in my work. Although I'll go ahead and say this. I don't think I'll be leaving this town 15 gold lighter, even if I give it to him today.
Oh, I'm sure 15 gold for some information's a steal in this town. You know, Erasmus is very upset with the inflation in this town. It was not
Things are
like
expensive
this back in the day. You could stay here for like 4 gold back in the day.
You know, it's funny. I think this is the first time in recent memory, anyway, where money has actually been kind of a thing. You know,
a problem.
Like, yeah, a problem. Yeah, I feel like most of the time, either you guys find cool shit or you have enough money. It's no big deal. But now you're like, oh crap. Well, it's either buy a room for the night or get some information or. So after a time goes by, Trellis comes out. He's kind of kneading his brow a little bit, and he exhales. You can hear it all the way across the room, and he slowly makes his way over to you. He still has kind of that stern look on his face that he left you with. So I trust your drinks were satisfactory. Have you decided on a room or not? I don't mean to rush the decision or anything, but I can only
I want to just.
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just want to first apologize. You see, I thought you meant it was going to be 8 gold pieces per person, but now that I understand now that it was for a shared room, that's a very fair price. So I'm really sorry.
I can't believe it. You can see just his demeanor changes entirely. Well, I must have been just overjoyed at seeing new faces that I completely forgot that detail. So forgive me. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to have us get off on the wrong foot. You know, this entire town is my responsibility. The people here, the perception of this place. But remember, you know, keep it a secret. Don't let the word out get too far. We like our quietness, you know. But we do love guests from time to time. Anyway, my apologies. I've been doing this long enough. You'd think I would have given you all of the information, but distraction is the only thing I can come up with. So anyway, is there anything I can do for you? Anything you need, or are you just here to have a quiet day and reminisce about old times and show your friends around?
Erasmus will go ahead and pull out his 2 gold coins of his share of the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna, just so I don't forget to take it out of my inventory. And
yes, shall we pay you now for the room? We would like
whenever
to.
you are comfortable. No pressure at all. You're a guest here. I just wanted to come over and just see how things were going, if you enjoyed the drinks, if Drum over there was causing any problems, because he has a let's just say he's not built for a small town like this. He has big dreams, to see the cities. Meet.
Oh, interesting. He
Yeah.
actually mentioned how much
Oh.
he enjoys it here, and how much he loves working for this place, and
Oh.
having you as a as a boss, as a supervisor.
Is he trying to butter me up through you?
Yeah,
That doesn't
perhaps-
sound like the drum I know.
Perhaps he was so proud of this business, of this tavern, that he wanted to make sure that we were going to be staying here. So perhaps he was just kind of building us up. I think
Yeah.
I saw that as good salesmanship.
You know, I am hard on the lad sometimes, but it builds character. He doesn't have much family, and I've been to the cities. I know how overwhelming, let's say, it can be, and I'm just trying to prepare him for the worst. So when he gets there, he won't be surprised and come running back to me, because I love the boy, but he can be a little bit overbearing at times. He's been a good worker, but I feel like his time has come very soon to go off to greener pastures, as they say, even though we have plenty of beautiful green pasture around here.
Nothing but positive things to say about you. I will say that.
All right. Well, I thank you. I'll keep it to myself, because I'm sure he'd be embarrassed if I divulged that information to him. But anyway, I've imposed enough. Pay when you're ready. I'll be here. I'm always here. And if you need anything, ask the boy. He's got eyes in the back of his head and everywhere else, so he'll know if you need anything. So before I step away, is there anything I can do for you? Anything extra?
I don't think so. And Erasmus looks around at everyone else.
All right, he says, "All right, very well," and he pats you, Erasmus, on the back. I'm gonna have a little bit of a smoke break in a couple of hours, so if you're around, feel free to join in. And then he has a bit of a skip in his step now as he heads back to the office.
Erasmus is got his cup in one hand, and he's looking at it and turning it in his hand. And he says, "Yeah, that boy, he's real ambitious. You know what they say, the fuzziest caterpillar becomes the furthest flying moth. That burns up in the brightest flame. They say that."
I like the cryptic speech you got going. This is great.
Yeah, I think I've heard that one.
I'm quite sure I have never heard that one, but maybe it's something that's more from around here. I'm interested in seeing the room, so perhaps whenever Drum comes back over, he can show us, the rest of the tavern.
Yeah, we can speed up time a little bit, or you can flag him down if you want. If you're ready.
Yep.
Okay, so he comes over. Yeah. Did you think about a little bargain, or? Of course. I'm sorry. Yes. What did you need?
Of course. Yes, we have talked about it. But first, I was wondering if you would mind showing us the room where we'll be staying.
Oh, yeah, sure. Follow me. And he heads up the stairwell. He takes you down this mezzanine area, and then into the room, and he opens the door. Step right in.
As we're going up, I'm paying attention to creaky stairs, loose boards, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I want to make sure that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the spots, I guess, where they might be. So you do find it's an old place. These boards, the staircase looks pretty old and worn, but it appears to be mostly settled. So there's some squeaky spots here and there, but you're taking note of all this stuff as you make your way up. And he shows you the room, and inside, it's a fairly plain room. There's a few beds, like let's just say there's 2 bunks, and there's a window looking out into the onto the town.
Is it looking out onto? Can we see the view of Aldra and Flavia's?
Yeah, you can see if you
house?
kind of crane your head a little bit. You can kind of see it down the way, and there's like a little small desk under the window.
Okay.
But that's about it.
How many rooms total are there?
Let's say 5.
Were any of the other rooms occupied or seem occupied?
You haven't seen anybody else in here. All the doors are closed, or were closed, except the one he opened. But you haven't heard anything, seen anything, or anyone, I should say, exit. There could be somebody in there, but
For
Good
someone
question.
with such little business, it seems kind of strange that he would want to rush the little that he has.
did you say this to who? Just the group?
Just kind of everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not wrong. He feels a little off to me as well. So
Who are you referring to?
the Reeve.
Oh. I might call Drum over. Just because of the of how quiet and peaceful this town has been so far, we were interested in making sure that we had a peaceful night, not any other loud guests. Is there anyone else staying here, or are we the only ones?
Oh, there's let me think. Oh, of course, is Jandy. He's this old man. He's a scrivener. He has a regular room here. He just loves wandering the countryside and looking around and making notes in his little book. I haven't come to think of it. I haven't seen him in a bit. His he left his wagon here too. It's in the stable. But yeah, anyway, interesting.
So
Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Do guests usually tend to pay ahead?
Yeah, that's usually how it works. We've had Trellis. He was a little too forgiving. He liked to work on the honor system, and even out here, there's not a lot of honor, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, we like to take it up front, and to avoid any thieves in the night, as you might call it.
I do have a question for you, Drew.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested in this in these stories that you have, this strange, dangerous story that you mentioned. But my companions, like I said, coming from the city, this is something that you'll probably learn. Probably a good lesson to learn right away is that oftentimes us city folk are a little less trusting, and they are skeptical about this story just a little bit. And they were wondering if you might give us a little bit of a taste of what this story might be about. Don't tell us everything. We want to be able to pay for it if it's as juicy as you claim. But if you could give us a little bit of a treat, just to convince the rest of my companions that this is worth separating us from our 15. Was it 15 gold? Oh, or was it less? I don't remember.
Oh, it was 15, and
A lot of gold for a story. It's got to be a pretty good one.
It's a good one. It's a real good one. All right, I'll give you this one little bit.
Mhm.
There's a place just north of here called Dead Mill. Spooky, huh? The stone
Quite.
forest is right just north of that. Some people say it's haunted. And he winks at you. Dead Mill? Haunted? creepy forest? Come on.
I love a creepy forest, I will admit. Did you say what with the stone what? What was that?
The stone forest. It's a some say it's haunted. Some say the mill's haunted.
Having ventured many forests, would I know if the stone forest is actually haunted?
Yeah, so I would say definitely you know the wood, as they call it in this game. So from what you know, this is all these are all falsehoods. They're all rumor. They're all hyperbole. So you don't buy his story so much, but you are aware that there's weird stuff that goes on in various places in this in the wood. So it's not out of the ordinary, but your knowledge of the stone forest, you haven't heard of Dead Mill though, is that it's not, let's say, largely haunted, but it's a possibility.
Okay. He's gonna keep listening.
Okay. So
it's a very tasty tidbit of information.
I know, right? I probably gave you too much, but I'm just so excited to get out of here and feel the cobblestones under my feet and see the walls rising and possibly high to the sky. It's just sometimes I get a little excited, you know?
I think that Sparrow will look to Rune and Ash and Erasmus and will say, well, do you think that might be something a story worth hearing?
Spooky Wood story. I do love Spooky Woods.
See?
I do wonder if you would take 12, though.
12.
Yeah.
12.
Let me
What if
ask
the-
you, Trump.
Go ahead. I was going to add, what if we, with the caveat that once you arrive in the city, you should look for us. Perhaps we can help you out the way that you are helping us out.
Really?
A trade of sorts. You will need a place to stay.
And you can help me with that?
Of course.
Oh.
Friends help each other out.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I think that this is the start of a very good friendship.
He's doing some mental math and he's like looking up and counting and doing some figures in his head. I like that idea. I do. I agree. And he thrusts out his hand at you.
I heartily shake it.
Okay. Since we're friends, I know all that stuff I said about thieves in the night and stuff, but I trust you. I see it in your eyes. You've been so generous to me that I'll tell you now, and you can pay me later. And you can kind of see it's more of a question, and he almost has a little bit of he's like a little bit starstruck, or all of the mention about you helping him. He's not firing on all cylinders, let's say. So he's a little bit vulnerable. All right, come in here.
Without really agreeing, we say, yes, go on.
So he motions for you guys to come into the room. You guys all follow?
Real quick, Erasmus is going to lift his shirt open and look down.
Oh, yeah, nothing's glowing. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, so you guys all gather in this room. He closes the door, he eases it closed, which is very uncharacteristic for him. He's been very animated and kind of crude with his motions. But he kind of smacks his lips and starts thinking about how to approach his tale. All right, so Dead Mill, Creepy Forest. So I was up there 2 nights ago. We were playing a game, me and some of the local boys, and we stand on the old mill road, which is what leads up to this dead mill here. And we play this game where we see who can stand on the road with our backs turned to the mills. The west entrance the longest. And I was the last one. And all of those other fools, they ran off and left me behind, thinking I was going to be scared. Pfft, no, you can't scare
Not
me.
you.
Not
No.
me. Except, and I'll be honest here, I heard this strange popping sound from behind me. And I thought it was one of them playing a trick until I saw a man. He was walking out of the south entrance. And it was dark, so I couldn't quite make him out, but he seemed kind of familiar, like the way he walked or something. I couldn't quite place it, but I kid you not, he walks out, steps out of the south entrance, and gets swallowed by the earth. He drops to the ground and sinks. He literally sinks down there. The last thing I saw was his curled fingers reaching up before they were pulled down under. And I went over there, but the ground, it's very sandy. This whole mill is like in a sinkhole. I threw a branch down there, but it was too late. It was too late. And anyway, I left. I ran all the way back down to here. The sound
Real
was
quick.
so weird. It was like a door opening, but not a door. It's really hard to. I've never heard anything like it, but then he just was there, and then he was gone again.
You said his hand was up. Did it look intentional, him disappearing into the earth, or
No, and I feel terrible because I could tell he was asking for help. He was reaching out for something, trying to find something to hold on to, and by the time I got there with the branch, it was too late. He was already gone under.
so this could just be a quicksand situation, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know what that
Who
sound
else
was. That
knows?
strange sound. No one. You're the only one who knows. I would not give this away. No chance.
Why?
I haven't even told my friends. They don't even know. Because
Why keep the information if you possibly saw somebody die?
well, to be truthful, to be honest, I worried that I may take the blame, or maybe I didn't do enough, or maybe I waited too long to not tell anybody, because I'm sure being from the cities, you see a lot of strange things. Out here, we don't see much like that. I mean, I can only imagine you see robberies in alleyways and all manner of things, fist fights, and it's just, it was an act of cowardice, is all I can say. And now
No,
it's too late. It's too late.
you were the bravest of all of your friends. There was nothing that could have been done. It sounds to me like you did everything you could.
So his posture kind of straightens up a little bit at this, and he nods knowingly, agreeing with you.
Let me ask you. You said that this person seemed familiar. Their walk was familiar. Somebody you might have known.
You know, I can't quite place it. It's just it's vague. I don't know. It's just on the tip of my tongue.
This happened
He-
2
he had-
nights ago. Is there anybody that is missing from the town?
Well, I guess, the only person, Jandy, I mean, he's known to kind of wander around and, jot in his little notebook and stuff, so, he hasn't come back, though. His horse and cart are in the stable, but, you don't think it could be him?
I don't know.
Oh, God, did I let poor Jandy die? No.
No one besides him. He's the only one that you can think of that is missing from the town.
Yeah, I mean, there's Fasha, but he's a farmer, and he and the Reeve they're, I don't know, they're kind of pals or something, and he lives at he lives in Dunstan, which is a short walk from here, on a farmstead. But he comes and goes. I haven't seen him in a little while, though. But just those two. Yeah. Oh, God. I never thought it could be Jandy.
When
I
we
need to go.
arrived,
Yeah, sorry.
we paid a visit to the local butcher. We could smell the meat cooking, and we were hungry from the road. And we met the person who runs the butchery, a very kind woman named Flavia. Do you know Flavia?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
How about her husband, Aldra?
Oh, Aldra. Well, she told me, or I overheard something 2 weeks ago. He disappeared, but this was 2 days ago that I saw this.
Yes.
So it's
That wouldn't make sense.
I mean, I guess it could have been him, but oh no, Aldra or Jandy. Oh God, I feel terrible now. I can't believe I didn't think of it. I can't be seen over there. You understand? I'd come with you. I'd show you the way, but I can't. If I'm seen with the likes of you, I'm gonna take some. They're gonna blame me for whatever happens. So please, if you go, I'll. If you find out who it is, I'll pay you gold back. I swear. If you can just give me some peace of mind. No, there was nothing I could do to help. Please, you got to tell me that. You got to find some proof. I know you can do it.
Could you draw us a map?
Oh, of course, yeah. So you guys do have a map, by the way. But if you want to show him the map, he can point to where it is. If you
That was excellent story. What did you all think?
Yes, very sad, but hopefully we can figure out what happened.
It's definitely got my interests, and I'll pay my share. Did he agree to 12 gold pieces?
Yeah, and he's almost like he almost feels bad about taking it now. And he expressed that if basically you give him some kind of peace of mind, he'll probably give the money back, more or less.
Okay.
For some reason, he did not put two and two together and
Yeah.
realize the missing people, and holy shit, it could be one of them. So
Yeah, we should check it out.
Thank you very much for your story, Drum. Here is my portion of the well worth it. I actually I feel like we could owe you more for that, but again, you're gonna need, when you get to the city, you don't know how much you are gonna need friends, and you'll be happy to have us. I assure you of that.
He reluctantly takes it. He doesn't say another word and nods his way out of the door, or out of the room.
Oh, I'll give him my share of the gold too.
If you
Are you
guys
paying him for the
each
room,
give
or are you paying him
two-
for the
Oh, yeah,
information?
both. But if you guys all give 2 to Drum for his information, I'll give the additional 6.
Ooh.
Okay.
I get gold.
Sounds good.
And when I hand him that gold, I tell him, you'd be surprised how hard it is to sleep in an unfamiliar place. So be prepared for that.
You tell us a drum?
Yeah, when I give him the 2 gold pieces.
He
Before he left.
You can see his eyes. He kind of shift left and the right. Doesn't quite get what you mean, but he nods and takes the gold and heads out. So you guys are left in this now empty room with the exception of you and the bunk beds. What would you like to do?
I definitely call for a top bunk.
So it's
all
still
yours,
early in
my
the
friend.
day. Yeah, it's still early in the day if you'd like to venture out or go look around the town a bit more.
Huh.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Is there anything else of interest? Any other places within the town that we noticed that we might want to check up on?
I think I said there was a at the kind of far eastern part of the town. There's a small rustic house, and I think I said you saw like an old woman outside. I remember. I think I remember I said that when you guys were looking around, right?
I feel like I remember that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do we want to maybe check out John Dee's wagon?
Yeah, that's the Scrivener, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should check out his room too.
Oh yeah.
Mm. Do we want 2 of us to check the room and the other 2 to check the wagon?
Maybe I should send Milky first, just to make sure it's safe.
Make sure he's not actually in there.
Yeah,
Perhaps he's died.
could be. Yeah, I'll send Milky into Jandy's room to see if there's anything weird going on.
So remember, it's going to take a fatigue. It's going to add another fatigue every time you use her sensory
Which is
ability.
like an HP, is that right?
No, so fatigue it's going to take an inventory slot. It should be on the character sheet. So basically, the way it's supposed to work is that it's more exhaustion, which allows you to carry fewer and fewer things if you keep stacking fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's right above the items. Right
Yeah.
below notes.
Okay.
Plus and minus fatigue.
Okay.
If you don't want to send Milky, I can go check it out. Can be quite quiet and sneaky myself. Not as quiet as a ghost cat, but
Oh no. What use is there for a ghost cat if I'm not going to use it?
agreed.
A very literal question.
So I'm gonna send Milky.
You're going to send Milky and take a fatigue?
Yeah, I just took the fatigue.
Okay. So yeah, you check all the rooms and you find what must be his. There's only one possession that you see. All of these rooms have a small little kind of end table desk, under the windows, and there's a letter on one of them. It's folded up. Obviously Milky can't read it or interact with it, but
Is that the only thing in the room?
there's some other belongings like a little sack. Maybe it's like clothes or something, like a backpack of some kind. But that's about it. Oh, sorry, I should have mentioned. Yeah, there's some like quills and inkwells on the desk where the letter was. So Considering he's
Is
a
the-
Scrivener, it's probably his room. You would
Is the
Yeah.
bed made or unmade?
Yeah. Yeah, it's made.
Okay, I'll let them know that there's nothing in there. He's not dead in there, but there's a letter on his desk. And then while I have Milky snooping, I kind of want her to check out the other rooms to make sure that there's nobody else there.
Yeah, no indication of anybody staying there. No belongings or anything that you can find.
Okay, I'll let everyone else know that the rooms are empty.
Shall I see to that letter then? And she pulls out her lockpick, one of her lockpicks.
Okay. So, you guys are up on the second level. There's a little bit of privacy, but you can hear either drum or the Reeve down there kind of shuffling around. So, are you just gonna try to pick it out in the
I'll check
open?
to see if it's unlocked first.
It is locked.
Okay. Then yes, I will stealthily pad across the floor to the room, and I will try to pick the lock quickly and get inside.
Okay.
I'll stand watch.
You're gonna stand and watch.
Yeah.
Okay, let's so you have plenty of time, and you have plenty of where are you standing watch? So like at the top of the stairs, Rune, or
If it's not too like obvious, then yeah, the top of the stairs.
okay, yeah, you kind of see some long shadows moving about from the lamplight down below, so you can see the drums probably off doing stuff.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you have plenty of time to pick this lock. Why don't we roll a I love this this fate die though.
Die of fate.
Let's do a die of fate.
Okay.
And I think it's a is it a 1 to 3 is bad and a 4 to 6 is good?
I hope so.
Yes, that's it. You don't even got to look it up.
You already rolled?
I
You got
rolled
a
a 4.
four?
Yeah.
You got a 4. Die of fate. A roll of 4 or more is generally favors the PCs. So yeah,
Nice.
there you go. So click. Yeah, you pick the lock anyway, but you do not. It's incredibly silent, and you're able to open the door.
I step
Nobody
inside
seems
and
to
close the door
notice.
behind me.
Okay, you do so. So like I said, you see a bed, you see like a sack with must be some belongings in there. You see a letter on the desk with some like a quill.
Okay. I walk over and I pick up the letter and I tuck it into my cloak,
Oh,
And-
okay.
and then I'll look around the room briefly. I'll check inside of the bag to see what's in there and anything else of interest in the room. Any drawers I'll pull open.
Okay, yeah. There's really nothing else in here.
Okay. So, satisfied with the kind of the search of the room, I will listen at the door and then step back out, close the door. I don't know if it's a kind of thing where I can lock the door and then pull it closed so that it's already locked, or if I need to relock it with the lockpick.
It's up to you. I mean, you can just leave it unlocked. if
I
you
suppose it
want.
doesn't matter. I'll pull it
Yeah,
closed.
it's
and
totally up to you.
Then I will flip back over to to our room,
Okay.
and I will pull out the letter and I will hand it to Rune.
Okay. You do so.
Wow, read it.
You read it. It's addressed to a person named Giva. Giva.
Mhm.
And it reads, "Thank you for the wine, and thank you for the chat. But I'm gonna spend the next day heading up and checking out some old mills around here."
Hmm.
And then it's just signed with a J.
So he's writing it to this diva.
It would appear like we thought, or like Droom thought, that this Jondi might be the one who was taken by the sands around this mill.
Yes, certainly seems like Jondi.
Do you think we have enough time in the day to head up there now, or is that something we might want to do at night?
Yeah. Yeah, you got time. Let me see really quick the map. Yeah, it should only take like maybe like an hour or so, probably walk. It's a very small region. So you got plenty of time to head up there if you'd want to.
Is this something that we would like to do now?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you holding on to the letter?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You can just note it in your inventory, and it's going to be a petty item. It's not going to take up a slot.
Okay.
Okay, so are you guys gathering your things and heading out?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let me bring up the old map. You guys are here. And Old Mill Road, presumably, is leading north. And there's a little marker there just to the south of the stone forest, which you assume is probably where, I guess, I can't, did you show him the map, Ash? Drum?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he's like, this is the spot right here. One quick thing, I need to roll something. All right, let's see. D6. 6. Okay, you guys are making your way out of Isthmus. And you approach a man. He's looks to be a hunter. Ash, you find some camaraderie with him because he's got blood on his shirt. And he's dragging a large net stuffed with a dead animal. And he kind of visors his hand. The sun's pretty bright out here. And he looks at you guys. Hey, you all look new to these parts. Are ya? What brings you here?
You go ahead. You go ahead. I don't have a good thing to say here.
You don't have a good cryptic message?
No.
Well, come on,
Yes,
don't
we're-
speak up at the same time.
We're just we're travelers passing through.
I thought
Absolutely
so.
not from these parts. It looks like you've had a successful day hunting.
Oh, very much so. But I'm glad we ran into each other because have you been to the Downs lately? Just past East Lake.
No.
Oh, good, because I was over there looking for some fowl, and well, there's a foul wind blowing something. Smells like death. I didn't see
The
anything
Downs.
though. The Downs, yeah, it's like a bog over to the east, just east of East Lake. Road, it circles around. It's an easy walk. You can make it over there, but let's just say I wouldn't because it smells like death. Anyway, you're lucky you ran into me. You could find some not so good stuff over there, if you know what I'm saying.
I do. Thank you very much for the warning. We'll be avoiding the downs today.
Yeah, good on you, good on you. The smell of death brings nothing great. All right, have a great day then, and yes, keep clear of East Lake on the other side. And
Before
oh, go ahead.
before he leaves, Ash is gonna pull out a single gold coin. I'm not sure if that's a lot or not here, but he's gonna ask if there's any more information that could possibly keep us safe on our journey.
Oh, okay. Like specifically that, or just getting kind of information of the general area and like or
maybe possibly more information just about the general area or any like possible dangers.
So he does tell you about the farm to the south, Dunstan. He tells you about the downs, which are these these fens off to the east, and he also tells you about a strange white tower out there to the north side of it, kind of surrounded by trees. And there's a river running. You can kind of see it on your map, though. There's a river running from the stone forest down through it into the downs. He does tell you, though, that to the north in the stone forest, that there's a creature or creatures called night cats that live in the forest, and he warns you that if you hear that they hunt in packs, and you hear like a clicking sound when they're ready to attack. Like a tick 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 sound. So he advises you to steer clear of the forest if you can, because even though they're called night cats, they will attack in broad daylight.
Did we get,
go ahead.
did we get your name, sir?
Oh, my name. You can call me Lucian.
All right, Lucian. Thank you for the information.
Oh, of course. Happy trails.
And to you.
And he kind of waddles off.
I
heading
wonder
toward the town.
if the sound of these night cats that he mentioned is the same sound that Droom heard, this popping noise that was behind him.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
We'll have to be aware, be wary about and listen to, be very careful about hearing sounds like that.
Okay, so you guys travel north up Old Mill Road, and you arrive. You can see the dark tree line of the stone forest, and I need to bring tokens into here as well. Where are you guys? Here we go. Alright, now activate this scene. So you guys follow this well-trodden road all the way up to, you see this mill. Sunken into the ground exactly how Drum said. It,
definitely looks dead.
yeah, so it looks like it's collapsing into a sinkhole almost. You can see various stones around it. You can see the sand. You can see that there is a south entrance. You can see that it appears just beyond there's a dry riverbed, and then of course the dark forest beyond that.
I guess we'll we'll approach, maybe looking for the spot where Droom and his friends had stood, maybe looking for footprints. and seeing if we can see the patch of sand where the figure may have been pulled under.
Yeah, so you guys make your way there, and you can definitely tell that the ground, some of the ground, the patchy ground around the rear entrance, it does not look safe. It has very quicksand-like properties, at least visually. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to like test it with a stick or a branch or throw stones in it or something like that. But you could make it to the south entrance. It just appears to be a very dangerous trek to get there if you'd like.
I have, let me see here, Bria Vine, which is essentially like a really strong vine whip. If that could help us get across.
How does that, is there like details around that? Is it just, I seem to remember there being like abilities for it, right? It's to entangle things or something?
Yeah, it says entangles any creature up to horse size, strength to break free, it's reusable.
Okay. So you're gonna try to what, create like a not like a tightrope, but tie it across both ends maybe somehow?
Yeah, or possibly like around someone's waist.
Oh, I see. So in case they do sink, you can pull them back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can do that. Who's the lucky
Yeah, who's the smallest among us?
I think Erasmus and Ash are really tall.
Yeah, Milky's really small.
Too bad.
Yes, but it looked like when Rune summoned Milky in the tavern, you seemed maybe drained a bit after that. Not sure if we want to summon your ghost cat so soon after doing that.
Well, and plus we can't really tie it around Milky. It would just fall right through her. So I don't know if this will help, but I got this really, really neat thing here. You're gonna love it. And Erasmus pulls out of his pocket what looks like a wooden stick that's about the size of a human finger. And he says, watch this. And he just holds it up and spits on it. And it doubles in length. So now it's like the size of 2 human fingers. Or about the size of a pencil. Isn't that neat? Could come in handy. I don't know.
How, if you continue spitting upon that stick, how many human fingers length can it get?
Well, it doubles each time. So whatever, like now it's the size of a pencil. If I get it wet again, it's going to get the size of 2 pencils, But it won't go back down. So.
Ever?
Nope. It stays up. When you spit on that thing, it stays up.
Okay. So as you guys are talking, the whole mill is in view. You see a figure exits the mill. He briefly turns around. He's kind of shadowed because of the eaves or whatever. It's let's just say it's like noon or something, so it's straight down. He turns around like he hears something inside the mill, and then shrugs, and then kind of just shakes his head, and then walks out and immediately drops to the ground in the sinkhole. And you hear like a brief yelp.
Okay.
I would probably immediately start running in that direction then. How far away from us
I guess you guys are wherever your tokens are, I guess. So you're a decent distance away. So you saw him. He drops down. I'll say you run down the road, and again the ground starts to become very precarious, let's say, as this it looks like this entire mill is sinking into the earth. And you briefly see the image that Drum described, a hand reaching up from the sand just at the wrist, and you can see his fingers moving, and then whoosh, it goes under.
I guess I probably could have used this bulky 10-foot ladder that I've been lugging around.
I forgot you have a 10-foot ladder. That's right. That's got to look interesting. Shit, I forgot about that.
It's been at the table.
It's funny that nobody has mentioned it. Somehow I got it up the stairs and into the room, and then snuck around.
I'm sure it collapses, like it folds.
We can say that it collapses if you're okay with that, Jason.
A collapsing ladder or a folding ladder?
I mean, yeah. It's kind of like whenever you have a cart in Merkborg and you're immediately go into a dungeon, you're like, how am I taking this cart and mule through here?
Yeah, we can say that. It's still a bulky item, but I guess
it is.
It's not going to be ridiculous like your I don't even know what that would look like.
Rope ladder?
Yeah, or a rope. Well, yeah, I guess that'd be kind of cool too. Either way, it doesn't really matter, I guess, mechanically, as long as it just counts as a bulky item.
Yeah.
Oh, and I messed up a little bit. That item I have, it's called a drowning rod, and it has to be fully submerged in water. So I guess the first time, I got my mouth really good, full of spit, and I just put it in my mouth, and it grew out, and I pulled it back out of my mouth, and then it was twice. Now it's the size of a pencil.
Okay. All right, as you guys are chatting here, you see the figure again exit the south door, turn around briefly. It looks like he's somebody, you can't hear anything, but something got his attention. He shrugs, steps out, falls down into the quicksand again, and immediately sinks.
That was pretty strange.
Well,
I wonder if this will continue happening if we keep watching.
let's keep watching.
Okay.
Ash is
So
going
you
to sit
guys
on a
wanna-
tree stump.
Yeah, you're all watching. All right. Yeah, another 30 seconds goes by, and again, you same motion by motion, as if you're just going back in time. Drops down. You see the clawed hand rise from the quicksand, and then it gets sucked under.
And it looks like the same person.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next time it loops, Ash is going to yell out, "Hey."
Okay, so he how are you going to time it? Are you timing it when he turns back around, or when his back's to you, or
When his back's to us.
because you've watched it enough times to know about how long he has before he drops into the quicksand. Okay, so
yeah,
his back. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so his he basically does the same thing with his back to you. You go, "Hey," or whatever, Ash. He turns around, he notices you, and he kind of peers over. You can see he's wearing these little glasses, and he looks over his glasses, and then he kind of walks forward with his attention on you, falls down into the quicksand again with a yelp, and sinks.
And it was the same area that he fell?
Yeah. So he heard you though, and he spotted you, and it looked like he was going to come out and greet you, or get a closer look anyway. But then he lost his footing and fell down into the sand, and sank.
I wonder if he'll remember me.
This appears to be some sort of awful curse. I would hate to be stuck in a loop like this. Maybe next time we see him, call out his name and see if we think that this is John D.
Gotta be, right? I mean, he's got the thick glasses. Sounds like a Scrivener.
Okay,
Worth
yeah,
a try.
right.
We should also maybe stop him as soon as he steps outside. Tell him, don't move.
That's it.
Okay.
And
That's
I
a good
picture,
suggestion, yes.
I picture we're discussing this amongst each other while it's happened 2 or 3
Yeah,
more
exactly.
times.
It's every 30 seconds. You can keep time to it basically, and he does. He falls out, sinks to the ground. So what is your guys' plan to? You're just gonna tell hey, stop?
Yeah, as soon as he comes out, of the because he's coming out of the dead mill, right?
Yeah.
As soon as he comes out of that building, we're gonna try the name we think that belongs to him,
Okay.
and tell him to stop, don't move, and see what happens from there. Because it's 30 seconds looping it, and the actual event is like what, just a few seconds?
Yeah, he kind of drops quickly.
Like it's even less than the 30 it takes to play back.
Exactly. Yeah, he drops in almost like he falls into a hole.
So if
yeah, you
everyone
say
agrees,
that
yeah.
you get his attention. You say his name, and he kind of perks up a bit. Do I know you? And then he steps forward, falls, sinks again.
Does he forget us every time it loops?
I mean, he doesn't. He does the same thing. So while you guys are watching him exit, he does the same exact thing every time. So it appears as if it's a new experience for him every time.
Even if we get his attention again?
Yeah. So you can try to get his attention. I guess. Why don't we? Let's do another fate die. Why not?
Wait, real quick. Erasmus pulls his shirt open. Surely it's glowing this time around.
Yes. It is glowing.
Do we hear any noises? Anything that sounds like popping? Or
Not from this. I mean, how are you guys getting all the way up as close as you can?
I think Erasmus would at this point.
Okay.
He's
Yeah. If you guys get all the way close up to the edge there, yeah, you do hear this strange kind of popping sound coming from what sounds to be the interior of the mill, maybe. It appears to be what's getting his attention. So this continues to cycle. Yeah, it
perhaps
appears
we should
like,
try to stop him.
Yeah,
Stop this loop.
Yeah, speaking his name is like it's enough to get his attention, but he seems more curious every time to try to get a better look at you guys, and then succumbs to sinking in the sand. So it appears you guys might have to have a physical intervention to save him or to stop him.
We could try to lasso him.
Try to throw a rock at him or something, yeah.
Is there any way to this front door without going through the sand? Is there like a way around it?
So it's pretty sandy. There's some stones and stuff around there, but probably not enough to hop your way across. And basically, mechanically, just so you know, to get to the south entrance, the one he's exiting, it's going to require a dex save.
Why don't you tie your...
Unless you have like
whip?
some kind of idea on how to...
Well, I have a pretty high dex. I wouldn't mind giving it a shot to get over there, but I wouldn't want to fall in without being able to be saved. So perhaps I could hold on to the end of this whip that you have, Ash, or you can tie it around my waist. That way, if I do fall in, you can pull me back out.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. So you're
So I'll kind of get back and I'll try to
around the waist.
leap across.
Okay. Yeah, so why don't you give me a dex save, and we'll see if you safely leap across. How are you timing this as well? Are you just going to do it like whenever, right before, like when he's not there yet? So
yes, that's what I would want to time it for.
Gotcha. Okay. 11 success. Okay, so yeah, tell us how Sparrow safely leaps across the, hot foots it across.
I mean, it
the
looks really
quicksand.
cool. I think that she's probably done this before. She maybe, she'll say parkour as she jumps across and kind of rolls up to the entrance of the door, and immediately to her feet, and is waiting to like physically stop this person.
Okay. Yeah, you see a shadowy figure on the interior of this. There's a couple of broken spots in the roof that the light's kind of cascading down, and you see his figure walk toward you.
Is Ash's whip long enough that I could be still holding it? And
I would say probably not. I mean, a whip
then I would
is
let go
what?
of it.
Like, yeah, a whip's like what? I don't know. whip length.
So whenever I'm sure that I will make it across, I let go of it so that he still has it.
Yeah, you could untie it or whatever and throw it back to him if you want.
Okay. Looking inside the door, I see a dark figure.
Yeah, you see him, and he's kind of staggering toward you in his weird little way he walks. And you're just kind of like standing right in front of him to like block the path?
Or no, I'll stand to the side to let him kind of come out a little bit. And then as he does, I'll put my hand on his shoulder.
Okay. Oh, who goes there?
My name is Sparrow. Are you Jandi?
And you see this kind of startled face looking at you. Why, yes, I am. How did you know me? I've never seen you before.
No, we've been sent to find you.
Find me?
Yes, you've been missing.
I'm not lost at all. I'm right here.
You were lost from the town that you to the south. Forget the name of the town.
Oh, Isthmus, yeah.
Isthmus. Yes, the people of Isthmus, your friends in Isthmus, are looking for you.
Well, I've just been gone a few hours. I've been gone long at all. Did something happen?
Well, you are what happened. We are looking. The townsfolk are worried. Something has happened. Something very strange here.
I'm confused. What do you mean?
Well, perhaps we should step over here, and I will kind of like try to guide him away from his like path that he would be stepping forward into the sand.
Okay. Oh, okay. Might I have your name, stranger?
Of course, yes. As I said before, my name is Sparrow.
Oh, sorry.
I'm a visitor to the town. I'm from the cities, and we were visiting. We're visiting your town, and we were told that you were not missing for just a few hours, but actually several days.
Several days? I haven't lost my marbles. I've only been gone for a part of a day at most. Who told you this? Who sent you to look for me?
Oh, I don't remember his name. We heard about you from several people now. Not giving away who it is.
Are you here to rob me? Are you brigands? You have the smell of the city on you. If you don't remember his name, how can I trust you?
You must trust me. It was not just one person. It was multiple people. And I think I'll say a couple names that are not people that
You're going to make up names? Okay.
Yes, it was yeah. Oh, maybe I'll say the hunter's name.
Oh, okay. So Lucian?
Yes, it was Lucian. Lucian said he was your friend and was worried for you that you had gone here and that he had not seen you. And here you are. He was right.
Oh. Lucian, maybe I remember him. This old mine is full of other things, not names.
This mine, and I will look back towards the mill.
Yeah, you're on the inside, so
okay.
I'll say you can see the inside. The inside is. Let me find the description really quick. So, on the inside, like I said, it's kind of dappled light in here. There's sun spilling in through some breaks in the roof. You see, of course, a large millstone, which is taking up most of the room, and it's attached to some kind of metallic machinery that's kind of glinting in the sunlight. And you see, it looks like there's a leather satchel on the south wall near you, but you can tell that the floor is very uneven. So as you're standing here, I mean, if you were to take like, you know, a stone, it would or a marble, it would roll freely from one side to the other. And you can kind of hear, you're very perceptive, Sparrow, to this kind of stuff. So you can you can feel you kind of shift your weight a little bit and kind of get a sense of the ground not being very stable.
Okay.
And you can tell it's probably less stable now than when Jandy showed up.
Looking in the inside of the room, do I see another exit?
Yeah.
Is there another door leading outside?
Yeah. So there's a west exit as well.
And the west exit was the haunted, the one that the boys.
Yeah, that's the
all
one
stood
that
with their back to.
yeah, that's what Drum said. He kind of, they have to keep their back to it
Okay.
for as long as they can.
I'll look at Jandy and I will say, this exit is actually quite dangerous. The sand here is capable of swallowing you entirely. Perhaps we should try a different door.
Okay. I mean, I suppose I can trust you.
I will take his hand.
Okay. So he
come with me, and I
Alright.
will go towards whatever. I will enter further into the building, and I will go almost beelining and quickly to the closest door, so that we can get out through a different way.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys head out the western exit and onto
Look over here.
onto solid ground. So you have Jandy with you, and you are, over here.
So yeah, then I'll guide him back over to the group.
Okay. There's more of you.
Yes.
This
yes.
is an ambush. This is an ambush. I know it.
No, you should calm yourself. These are my friends. We are not bandits, and we are not here to rob you. And I will motion everybody to come over and say, this is Jandy. He was lost in the mill. He is who we were looking for.
So Sparrow, why don't you roll me a dice of fate as
Okay.
Jandy appears to become more unsettled with the rest of you.
2's probably
Okay.
good, right?
2 is not in favor. So you bring him over to these people, and he freaks out. He starts to run away from you, back the way. He kind of like, he's looking left and right, like which is the best course of action. And I'll just say he kind of darts. Oh yeah, he's got a token. Why don't I bring him out here? So he starts darting to the east, kind of tripping over his feet. He's an old, frumpy man who is not very quick. But you see him kind of start to head to this. There's some trees over there that he's trying to escape to, apparently.
Can one of us try to grab him before he runs off, or no?
Yeah, I'm actually going to roll for him.
What was the specifics of Ash's whip?
It's a, what is it? Tell us, Ash.
It could entangle anything as, I believe it was as large as a horse against a strength roll.
Okay. So he's definitely smaller than a horse. Or are you gonna try to?
Oh
use
yeah,
it on
I
him?
forgot.
Is he...
I got the whip back.
Yeah, you got the whip.
Yeah, I'll try to lasso him if I can.
Yeah, and is it just a strength roll?
Let's see. They have to roll strength to break free.
Oh, to break free. So it's an auto. Why don't you just give me a? You auto. Let's see. Why don't we do? So he rolled a 3 on his escape, so he succeeded. So I'm just gonna say that your whip does not make contact, and he's still running for the trees. So you can try to chase
As
after
that
him if you want.
happens, Ash is gonna go. Wait.
Weird. Okay, you say that, and I guess the the baritone of your voice startles him, and he turns around and starts stumbling back, but he's still running away from you.
Kind of a funny question. Do we still is there another of him that comes out of the door and then sinks into the sinkhole, or did we seem to
No.
interrupt the okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you haven't been keeping count since all this kind of broke out, you know, because he was hesitant, and then when he saw the rest of you, he starts to run toward the tree line. Yeah, he makes it over there for sure, but he seems to be kind of, you know, dealing with brambles and stuff, tree branches, and he's trying to scurry through it.
Do you think if he dies in there, he'll just come right back out the door again?
I don't want to risk it, and I will take off running after him.
Okay. So why don't you give me a dex check or a save? Let's see if okay. Yeah, success. So I'll just say you make it. He makes it all the way to the trees. You make it with him. So you have him kind of cornered. So he's able to get away from you. You were able to catch up. What do you want to do?
I will say,
Stay away from here. Bandit. Thief. Rogue.
John D, I am not a bandit, I promise. And I will hold my hands up, but you need to come with me. You don't have to trust me, but you have to listen to me. You don't want to make this any worse than it already is. We're not going to rob you, though. I give you my word.
Why should I trust you? You didn't tell me about your friends. You just you take me out of this place and they're in wait.
Am I expected to give you my entire backstory as we just meet?
Well, I do like stories. That's a good place to start.
Then let's have a story then. Why are you here?
I am here to chronicle the lands around, and I heard that there were some interesting mills about, and I came here and found this one, and just wanted to record its histories, to bring it back with me, to make sure everything is archived and cataloged. And
well, like you did guess correctly, we are from the cities, but we are not bandits, and we do not wish to take anything from you. And I would like you to trust me.
Then give me a name, one who sent you, someone I can trust.
Okay. I will say the. I guess I don't know if I should. I guess I'll say the boy. I will
Drum?
say it was Drum. Yes.
Okay. So you say his name, and he.
Do you know Drum, the boy who works at the tavern?
I do. He's a sarcastic fellow. I don't trust him.
Well, he was worried about you.
Enough
to tell a stranger.
Anyone would know him. He works at the inn.
What about
Any rogue, a scoundrel?
How about who he was writing to? What is her name?
Giva. So you say her name, and he sighs. It's almost like he's reminiscing about good times. Giva, you spoke to her. She's worried about me.
There are many who are worried about you.
Oh, okay. And he steps out from the tree line along with you. Seemingly has your trust.
I will hold out my hand for him to take it and for us to walk back.
You take his hand and lead him out, and that's where we're going to end tonight, everybody. So thanks for thanks for hanging out with us, watching. Yo, hi, man. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream. Don't forget, I forgot to say, if you guys are watching, give us a like. We are recuperating a lot of subs. We're almost to 100 already, which is great.
Really?
So if you're not subscribed, think about it. We got some more content outside of actual plays coming very soon, which we will disclose shortly. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks to Withmar for the Druid's Apprentice tunes. And thanks again, Yohai, for the cool game. And we will see you guys next week, where we're going to find out just what Jandy has been up to. So thanks again, and we will see you next week. Bye.